Corporal Jose Mendez, that's Josemenendez, and I'm with the Austin Police Department Public Information Office. So before we begin to provide any details about this homicide investigation, I do want to say a few things. On behalf of the Austin Police Department, our condolences go out to the victim's family, relatives, friends, and all those that are involved with this tragic incident that took place this evening involving one male victim. I can't begin to understand why this incident took place, and I can't begin to understand how the family of this victim moves forward in the next few days, especially being a few days from Christmas. I'm not only here to provide some information on the investigation, but I am here to seek the assistance and help from the public. We have a tragic and unfortunate situation here in our Austin community, and we are asking for the public's help, for anybody that saw anything, heard anything, and that includes in the next coming days. We ask that you come forward to the Austin Police Department and provide us with any details you may have. So with that being said, at approximately 9:25 this evening, APD officers responded to the 2500 block of Huntwick Drive in reference to a shoot stab hotshot call. For reference, that's here on East Old Torf and Pleasant Valley Road. We did have a caller state that gunshots were heard in the area and that the witness believed that a subject may have been shot. When APD officers arrived on scene, they did in fact locate an individual with obvious trauma to his body. That individual was seated inside of his vehicle. APD officers, along with AFD, EMS, attempted life-saving measures. However, at 9:32 p.m., the individual was pronounced deceased here on scene. At this time, we have homicide detectives on scene. We have our crime scene unit. We have officers from different capacities working this incident, trying to understand why this took place and how this took place. We have officers and detectives canvassing the area, looking at surveillance, Ring doorbell cameras, in an attempt to try to get any information that we can regarding this incident. Right now, we do not have anybody in custody. I don't have any descriptions to give as far as vehicles or persons. But I will say that we are working hard on this case, and we won't stop until we find the person responsible for this tragic event this evening. At this time, I'm being told by detectives that some of the information that they were able to obtain and some of the evidence on scene, this does appear to be an isolated incident with no threat to the public. However, as always, we ask that you be aware of your surroundings, and if you notice anything suspicious at any time, please call us so we can investigate it. The victim in this incident is described as a Hispanic male in his 30s, and this is currently being investigated as Austin's 70th homicide of the year. Like I said, again, this is a tragic and unfortunate situation, just a few days from Christmas. So again, we're pleading with the public to come forward with any information that you have. And again, the person responsible for this, we are working hard to find out who you are and why this took place, so you will be found. Any persons with any information, we ask that you contact our homicide tip line at 512-477-3588. And again, that number is 512-477-3588. You can also contact our APD Crime Stoppers at 512-472-TIPS. And again, that number is 512-472-8477. Please understand this investigation is in its preliminary stages. I don't have a great deal more of information that I can provide, but I will try to answer any questions that you might have.
Do we know if the victim lived here at all?
That's part of the investigation. I don't know if he lives here right now. All we know that he was seated inside a vehicle within the apartment complex.
What kind of wounds did the victim have?
Right now, we're just keeping it an obvious trauma to his body.
Is there any indication that the shots were fired from outside the vehicle or inside?
That's part of the investigation as well. It's unknown right now if the shots came from inside the apartment complex or outside. Any other questions? All right, thank you.